Hello, friends. I'm excited to bring another book to you today. Today, we're going to be reading a really sweet story, and this story has a great message and a great lesson for all of us that we all could use a reminder about. And this book is called The Best Story. So let's read and enjoy our story together. The Red Brick Library was having a contest. Write the best story and win first prize. First prize was a ride on the super duper looper roller coaster with my favorite author, Anne Miles, who wrote The Runaway Roller Coaster. Oh, wow. First prizes don't get any better than that. I ran home, went to my room, shut the door. I sharpened 5 pencils, opened my notebook to a brand new page, and thought and thought and thought. And all that I could think about was this writing stuff was hard and lonely. Maybe I needed help. I told my brother Tim about the contest. The best stories, said my brother Tim, have lots of action. So I wrote a lot of action into my story. I wrote about a bus hurtling down the highway with no one at the wheel. And then I added a tornado and a pirate and a great white shark. But the story didn't seem quite right. So I asked my dad, and he said, the best stories have plenty of humor. So I changed the great white shark to a monkey, and I put the monkey at the wheel of the bus. And I turned the tornado into turnips. And then I dressed the pirate in polka dot pajamas. Dad laughed so hard he popped a shirt button. But even so, this story didn't feel quite right either. Along came Aunt Jane. What are you doing? She asked. I'm writing a story, the best story, for a contest at school. I could win a roller coaster ride with my favorite author. Oh, well then, said Aunt Jane. Here's all you need to know. The best stories are the ones that make people cry. So I gave the bus a flat tire. And then I sent the monkey to the funeral of his pet goldfish. And I turned the turnips into onions, and I made the pirate chop every one. There were lots of tears. But the story still wasn't right. My teenage cousin, Annika, said, I have news for you. If it's not romantic, then it's a loser. So the pirate introduced the monkey to his sister Grace, and they fell in love. And I turned the onions into wedding invitations, and everyone lived happily ever after. Finally, my story was ready. So I read it to my family. Not enough action, said my brother Tim. Maybe the monkey can fall into the wedding cake, said Dad. That would be really funny. It's hard to cry at a wedding when the groom is a monkey, said Aunt Jane. Annika said it would be perfect if I added a kiss. In all of this time, my mother hadn't said a word. So I asked her, what do you think is the best story? She gave me a hug. I think the best stories come from the heart, your own heart. That night, after supper, I looked into my own heart and I rewrote my story. No more monkey, no more pirate, no more wedding invitation, no more happily ever after. My new best story is about my family and my two best friends, Tara and Josh, is about my cat, Ollie, who sleeps on his back, and snow days and toast with strawberry jam. It's about fireworks and rainbows and bike rides. My biggest problem was keeping the story short because once I started pulling things out of my heart, it was hard to stop. When my story was finished, I turned it in to the judges. Maybe I'll win that roller coaster ride with Ann Miles, and maybe I won't. But either way, I'll be happy. I'll be a winner because the story that I wrote is my own, nobody else's, and that makes it the best. I really love this book because it teaches us a lesson. So often in life, we want to do what we think is going to make everybody else happy. And the same can be true when we are writing. We want to write a story that we think everyone else will enjoy. And this book teaches us that sometimes it's best to just use our own personal experiences. Sometimes it's best to think about our own likes and the things that we love inside our hearts. So instead of trying to please everyone else, let's just try and please ourselves. And that's exactly what the character in this story did. And because she followed her heart, she was able to write what she knows is her best story. I'd love for you to follow her advice and maybe take some time, write in your writing journal about some of the things that you love. What could be your best story? I look forward to reading again with you soon. Bye, guys.